Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another discussion video. So we're in a new week, and this week is no ordinary one, as we are going to be having a new release on Friday, the Snowy Escape expansion pack. So I thought I would mark the occasion by doing a video about the top 5 things I'm most excited for with that pack, as well as its upcoming update. Before we get to the top 5 though, there's one honorable mention that I want to give, which is to whatever bug fixes we're going to be getting, because it's no secret, The Sims 4 has become very buggy. I mean, with the main feature of Eco Lifestyle is still broken, the Eco Footprint meter, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why that wasn't an urgent sort of fix, but there's that, the freelancer careers are broken still, and there's many other things that still need to be fixed. So even though I'm sure this upcoming patch will break a lot of things, I hope that it will also fix a lot of things at the very least, so it's not just all breakage everywhere. I don't know why I said it that way, but yeah, the patch should be coming out tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see what it fixes and what it breaks. Hopefully the patch notes will be nice and long and full of humorous anecdotes and jokes. But at number 5, we have hiking. This was definitely not a feature I thought I would really enjoy at all, but I think I am going to use it quite a bit. There's an interesting amount of options where you can have your Sims do things solo, like going for a meditative walk or going for a jog, which we could already do with the base game, but there's a lot more room to go jogging in this new world of Mount Kolorabi. But where I think this really shines the most is if you go hiking as a group, because you do have the option to be like the leader of a hiking, well, not quite excursion. I don't want to get that confused with the mountain climbing, but you do get to actually lead a group of Sims, and there are various things that take place during the hike, like talking to other Sims, taking selfies in front of landmarks, getting stung by hornets and being like, "Oh no!" There are both positive and negative outcomes to the end of the hike as well, where if it does end positively, then the Sims who followed your Sim on the hike will get a positive sentiment towards them, where they will feel a closer bond to that Sim for a while. One negative example I ran into was when I sent a Sim on a hike by himself and he got attacked by an electric bug, and then he got a tense buff for 4 hours, because, you know, 4 hours, that seems to be the magic number with these sorts of things, that hiking, well, maybe wasn't a good idea, that maybe staying at home would have been a better use of his time. One other funny example I saw was from my friend Ocean Sims. In one of her videos, she canceled a group hike in the middle of it still taking place, and the leader got a negative embarrassed buff where it said that Sim led the others astray, which makes sense since they were in the middle of the woods. One other thing is that dogs can also come along on hikes. One thing that I'm not sure about, though, is if hiking can be done in worlds besides Mount Kolorabi. I know by default that would be a no, because to do the hiking you have to click on these maps around the world to get that started, but then, well, they're not normally available in buy mode, but then I noticed in Simarchy's debug-focused video, they are available in debug. So I wonder what would happen if you do place those maps in the other worlds. Maybe they'll just be decor, but it would be nice if the Sims could still at least follow the immediate trails that are around in the current neighborhood, even if there aren't any actual landmarks. So I would still like to use the signs in places like Newcrest and Brindleton Bay that still have quite a bit of open area for Sims to just walk around together, since just doing the go here interaction doesn't make the Sims walk and talk together and have all these other things that can happen during a normal hike. Even if it's not possible in other worlds though, I think it will be a very useful feature while living in Mount Kolorabi. Moving on to number 4, we have platforms. So this is a new build mode feature that is coming in the upcoming update for everybody for free, and it's pretty similar, I guess you could say, to split leveling in The Sims 2. It's something I've wanted to see for a long time in The Sims 4, and it looks like quite a powerful feature. It's possible to even make rooms only available to kids and toddlers, because then you can have platforms set up so that the ceiling in the room above the platforms can be low enough so that if adults try to get in, they would get routing failures, because theoretically they would bump their heads trying to make their way in. What's also nice is that there's two different ways to customize the appearance of the platforms, because you can use platform trims, as you can see right there what SimGram is doing, but there's also a bunch of new half-wall heights, because there are going to be half-wall heights for each and every height that you can make with the platform. So, yep, there you go. You can see him doing his thing there. And then you can use the normal wallpapers on those half-walls to customize the look of these platforms. While technically it was kinda possible to do split levels through a workaround, this looks much more user-friendly and powerful, so I think everyone wins here. At number 3, we have snow sports. Of course I had to put this in somewhere, especially considering I am a skier in real life. And while we had snowboarding in The Sims 1 and The Sims 3, we've never had skiing, and I think it's really cool that we have actual ski slopes this time, because with the snowboarding, it was just restricted to a half pipe, which I guess was fun, but got repetitive pretty quickly, so it was just the same old half pipe over and over again. But now there's almost half a dozen different runs that you can go down, and you can actually choose between whether you ski or snowboard. The sledding is also a part of this, but it does not have its own skill. The skiing and snowboarding, they have their separate 10-level skills, so that's good as well. It's not like you can just be good at skiing and then instantly become good at snowboarding because of that. And thank goodness the kids could participate in these things too, because children and toddlers can go sledding, and the children can go skiing and snowboarding, though they are restricted to the easy slope. But it is good that they are keeping younger age groups in mind, even if this was not the Generations expansion pack that so many of us have been asking for a long time. With the snowboarding in particular, there is one little extra feature where once your sim does become very high level in it, then they can record a POV snowboarding video, and once they have gone down the slopes a few times, a video will generate in their inventory, and they can sell that through the computer to get money, kind of like with making videos with a drone and Get Famous. I'm not sure exactly how much money your sims make off of each snowboarding video, but maybe if you combine it with the Name Your Career feature that we got a few years ago in a free update that basically makes your sim self-employed, then you could sort of become a professional snowboarder. Though I think the most legit way of doing that would have been if they had added a professional skier or snowboarding branch to the athletic career. I've also seen some people bring up the idea of a ski instructor career, and I think that would have potentially become one of my favorite careers in the game if it was an active career where you're actually playing as an instructor on the slopes and watching over your students and trying to not have them crash into the fence and that sort of stuff. So yeah, there is some missed potential here, but overall I think they did a pretty great job with the skiing and the snowboarding and the sledding. And although it sucks that it is restricted to that one world only, I think it is something that I will use quite a lot. At number 2, we have the new world of Mount Kolorabi. Finally, after over 6 years, we have a world in The Sims 4 that is based off a region in Asia, more specifically Japan. And I think this is potentially one of the best worlds that they've ever done. There's quite a lot to do, and I love the different atmosphere, and I think this is a world that I am going to use a lot in the long run. While I think Brindleton Bay and Windenburg are very hard to top, I think Mount Kolorabi will be at least right up there with them, and it's just so refreshing to see them do another world that is outside of America. It's been a long-running problem with the whole franchise, where The Sims is such an American-based simulator, so I hope they continue to do more worlds that are outside of America with whatever packs there are left for The Sims 4. But at number 1, we have Sentiments. Yep, the thing that I'm most excited about has nothing to do with snow or escaping, but rather something that is coming to all players in the free update. This is something that I've wanted for quite a while now, something that deepens relationships between Sims, and Sentiments looks to do just that. When your Sims interact with each other a lot, or do a certain activity like going mountain climbing together, or sledding, or going on a date, there is a good chance that your Sims will get sentiments towards each other. But one really cool thing is that the sentiments are not always mutual. Sometimes they are one way, like with the hiking that I mentioned earlier. With those sentiments, they were only the Sims that accompanied my Sim on the hike. My hiking leader actually didn't get sentiments from that. And the sentiments are not always positive things, because I know there's at least 2 pre-made Sims in Mount Kolorabi that have a festering grudge against each other. And you can also have resentment from when your Sims divorce, so it's not just all about sunshines and rainbows with sentiments. There's negative stuff as well, and I think it is going to add a lot of dimension to the game in the long run, and I hope they continue supporting sentiments with more possible outcomes with other features that we may be getting in the future. Coincidentally, I think the sentiments feature could work pretty well alongside the reputation system from Get Famous, because if your Sims keep building grudges with other Sims around town, then it would make sense that they would get a negative reputation from that as well, which would already happen from having negative relationships anyway. I think the sentiments will work as a prime example of how to expand the core gameplay, and even potentially give more replay value to features that you otherwise might not use all that often. The mountain climbing, I think most people will only use, if even that, a handful of times, but with the sentiments system, there are some sentiments that you can only get from climbing the mountain with a group of Sims. Like, there is one romantic one, I can't remember the name of it, but it was something like Enchanted in the Mountains, where if your Sims woohoo, then there is a chance that, from woohooing in the caves, that they can get this romantic sentiment that you can't get any other way. So that's my top 5 things I'm most excited for with Snowy Escape and the free update. So feel free to let me know your top 5 in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!